The Battle of Lababia Ridge, June 20 to 23, 1943, was a critical engagement in the New Guinea campaign during World War II's Pacific War. Fought between Australian and Japanese forces, the battle was part of the broader Allied offensive aimed at reclaiming New Guinea from Japanese control. It took place just days before the launch of Operation Cartwheel, the Allied strategy to isolate the Japanese stronghold of Rabaul. Despite being outnumbered, Australian forces held their ground in brutal jungle warfare, dealing a significant blow to Japan's ability to reinforce its positions in the region. Background: the fight for New Guinea. By mid-1943, the Allies were gaining momentum in the Pacific. General Douglas MacArthur's forces were advancing along the coast of New Guinea, aiming to capture key Japanese bases at La and Salamaua. These victories would cut off Japanese supply lines and pave the way for the eventual recapture of Rabaul. The Battle of Lababia Ridge was fought as part of the Wa Salamaua campaign, a series of battles aimed at weakening Japan's hold on eastern New Guinea. The Australian 26th Battalion, supported by New Guinea militia, was tasked with defending Lababia Ridge, a strategic high ground south of Salamaua. The battle, June 20 to 23, 1943. Japanese assault. On June 20, 1943, a force of 1,500 Japanese troops, supported by artillery and mortars, launched a fierce attack against Australian positions at Lababia Ridge. The Japanese aimed to dislodge the Australians and regain control of the high ground, which provided a clear vantage point over enemy movements. The battle quickly turned into intense jungle warfare, with both sides engaging in hand-to-hand combat and close-quarters fighting. The Japanese made several determined assaults, attempting to overrun the heavily entrenched Australian defenders. Australian defense and counterattack. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the 26th Battalion, along with local New Guinea soldiers, fought fiercely. Superior defensive positions, well-coordinated machine gun fire, and artillery support helped the Australians repel multiple attacks. On June 23, after 3 days of relentless fighting, the Australians launched a counteroffensive, pushing back the exhausted Japanese troops. The enemy suffered heavy casualties and was forced to retreat into the jungle, abandoning their objective. Outcome and significance. The Battle of Lababia Ridge was a decisive victory for the Allies. Japanese forces suffered heavy losses, weakening their ability to defend Salamaua. Australian and New Guinea troops secured a critical defensive position, preventing further Japanese advances. The battle paved the way for the larger Salamaua campaign, which would ultimately see the fall of La in September 1943. The stubborn defense at Lababia Ridge demonstrated the effectiveness of Australian jungle warfare tactics and showed that Japanese forces, once considered nearly invincible in close combat, could be defeated through superior positioning and resilience. Legacy. Though often overshadowed by larger battles in the Pacific War, the Battle of Lababia Ridge played a crucial role in the New Guinea campaign. It was one of many battles that contributed to the gradual isolation and defeat of Japanese forces in the region. The bravery and determination of the Australian troops and their New Guinea allies in this engagement remain a testament to the fierce and unforgiving nature of jungle warfare in the Pacific.